Is about how Texas went from being part of Spain to being part of Mexico to being its own independent country to almost being part of the U.S. Texas was first colonized by Spain around 1519 to 1598 as a part of New Spain, as part of their colonization efforts to gain riches. Many Spanish explorers, including Alonso Alvarez de Pineda and Francisco Vázquez de Coronado, explored and mapped Texas. As a part of the New Spain colony, numerous missions and chapels were created, including the Alamo in San Antonio and the San Jose y San Miguel de Aguayo mission. The French and American revolutions, as well as Napoleon's invasion of Spain, led to the cleric Miguel Hidalgo y Castillo to host secret meetings discussing revolutions against the tyrannical Spanish colonial government. When the plot was discovered, Hidalgo issued the Cry of Dolores at the church in the town of Dolores, where he called upon the people gathered there to revolt. After Hidalgo and his followers seized the prison of Dolores, the Mexican Revolution started. The Mexican Revolution continued until 1821. In 1821, Mexico won its independence from Spain, and Mexico, including the territory of Texas, became its own independent nation. Even before the Mexican Revolution, the Spanish authorities wanted to populate the Texas area. After the Revolution, the new Mexican government finished those arrangements, and in 1823 they granted Stephen Austin a large chunk of land with the understanding that he would bring in 300 Roman Catholic American families who upon settlement would become Mexicanized. However, land-hungry Americans largely ignored these stipulations, and settlers in Texas remained loyal to America and resentful of the Mexican government, which they saw as foreign. GTT, or Gone to Texas, was a common slang term, indicating just how much settlers disregarded the agreement with Mexico. As a result, the Mexican government had trouble telling the Texan settlers what to do, and friction developed between the two. The issue of slavery was an especially contentious issue, as while Mexico had emancipated its slaves in 1830 and forbidden any more importation of slaves, Texan settlers continued to keep their slaves and bring more slaves into Texas. When Santa Anna, former Mexican revolutionary leader and current Mexican dictator, took away almost all local rights and began raising an army to suppress the Texans responded by declaring independence in 1836. Calling themselves the Lone Star Republic, the Texans chose Sam Houston as the commander-in-chief of their army. However, Santa Anna, invading Texas with about 6,000 men, was able to trap and wipe out 200 Texans at the Alamo, as well as kill 400 surrendered Texans at Goliad. But these events served to delay the Mexican advance, inspiring the war cries "Remember the Alamo" and "Remember Goliad," and lead many revenge-seeking Americans to join the Texans. In the April of 1836, Houston was able to lure Santa Anna and defeat him near the city of San Jacinto, and forced him to sign 2 treaties recognizing Texas as an independent from Mexico, with the Rio Grande as the southernmost border. Once Santa Anna was released, however, he claimed the treaties were illegal. The Texas Revolution put the U.S. in a troublesome situation. Because of old neutrality acts with Mexico, the U.S. could not recognize Texas. However, public opinion overwhelmingly favored recognizing Texas. In addition, some Texans wanted to join the U.S. as another state. While this was desirable, free states complained that it would also tip the balance between slave states and free states, as most Texans were slaveholders. These issues would be major factors in how the U.S. decided to treat Texas. President Andrew Jackson realized that annexing Texas would disrupt the balance between slave states and free states, and this would jeopardize Martin Van Buren's election. Because of this, he avoided recognizing Texas until his last day in office in 1837. Texans were not satisfied with mere recognition, however. They wanted to actually be accepted into the U.S. as a state. They officially petitioned for annexation in 1837, but because of conflict over slavery in Texas, their petition was denied by the U.S. It took until 1845 for Texas to finally be annexed into the United States of America. Because of efforts from John Tyler, a president who was not aligned with any political party and thus not bound by party restrictions on the Texas issue, the push for annexation was approved, and Texas finally became a U.S. state on December 29, 1845. To recap, Texas started out as a part of Spain's colony. Because of the Mexican Revolution, however, Texas transitioned from being part of Spain to a part of the newly independent Mexico. Soon after this, however, due to issues over slavery amongst other things, the Texas Revolution broke out and Texas became its own independent nation. After this, Texas started to try to join the United States, failing in 1837 because of issues over slavery, but finally being approved and joining the United States in late 1845.
Thank you.